Just don't fuck around on Monday. Monday, most people come in. I had such a great weekend. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. That was then. This is now, bitch. It's a whole new set of rules. It's Monday. If you ain't waking up with the taste of blood in your fucking mouth like a shark 5 feet from the shore, you fucked up. You understand? Because Monday is when you go. Everybody else is like, still the weekend. You fucking go.
Hey, happy Monday, Shawn.
Yo, New York King, happy Monday, bro.
I'm over here doing dog management right now. My dogs are very emotional. They get like this every Monday. Monday is a tough day for this kid. So it's tough. Mondays is tough for these dogs. They look like big brutes, but they big pussies. Like this dog right here, this dog's almost 140 pounds.
Right.
King Corso mixed with the blue nose pit. You can't tell this nigga he ain't a Yorkie. Look at him.
Yo, but you know what?
He think he a Yorkie, bro.
Yo, but he looks good. He's at home. They got their own lives. Let me tell you something. My dog live. He gonna bust in here in a minute. My dog lives better than me. This nigga got a social life. Yo, he just came back from the groomer. Just got groomed up.
Yo, my dogs, they live better than us. That's a blessing. I believe this. You hear this saying all the time. All dogs go to heaven. Right?
Right.
All dogs go to heaven. So us people that take care of these dogs very well, I think by association, we get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a nigga up there with a checklist. Gabriel, one of them niggas who won the game. And he's going to be like, yo, you got the dog list. It's like a dog checklist. Because your dog probably be in there before you. And when you get there, there's a list of what you rated. They rate you of how the dog, father, or mother, how good you were. And you will or will not get in heaven. Anyway, I know we're talking a lot of bullshit, but we're happy. Happy Motivation Monday, everybody. Happy week starter. This is Shawn Harvey from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. I'm your boy Talent from Mr. Comedy Incorporated. Super producer Prophet Pete runs the show. Our third wheel is still on vacation, still cruising and bruising. Amir did I didn't know he did a back-to-back double joint. So I spoke to him. I spoke to him earlier in the last week, and let me know that he was about to go on the next joint. So we wish him safe travels and all the rest and energy reserves that he could do, because he deserves it. That man be all over the place doing all sorts of things, so he deserved that. Want to welcome everybody to Motivation Monday. Let's kick it off with the weekend recap. How was your weekend, King?
Weekend was great. Locked in those comedy shows. Spent some time with the fam. I did a show on Saturday out here where I live, and let me tell you something. We had a small crowd. We had about 30.
Okay.
But it was enough to pay the bill. And you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
And it was one of those shows where it was just old-fashioned comedy. All 30 of us laughed from the beginning to the end. It was great spirits. We had some good, Hot Sauce was playing the music. The comedians were funny. The crowd was receptive. So it was a trifecta of just a good time.
Right.
Sometimes the small shows.
Yeah.
Comedians always think, I wouldn't be on the big show. Why am I not doing the thing? Sometimes, and then the place is intimate, and it was all set up for comedy. And sometimes it's just okay.
Yeah.
Get your laugh
because
on.
you understand the energy. Like, I always say this about Black people. I said this even before doing comedy or in entertainment. I just did the one, like, if you had to pick, and we'll get to this later in the show about self-checklists and all that, but if you had to pick shit race-wise about our people, if I had to pick some of the things that I don't like about us, it's like we get too involved in the in the aesthetics of things. We get too involved in the perception of things, like instead of the actual quality of something. Like you just said, it would be Black people beefing because it's only 30 people. That has nothing to do with this fine line of comedy I got lined up for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you got dudes that'll be like, oh, that shit was whack, man. Only 30 people went there. But that shit was hilarious. Nigga, I laughed my ass off. I had some drinks. The food was good. Boom, boom, boom. But that's our people. We get so optically caught up in shit sometimes.
Yes.
We start caring about the shit that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant that this shit is standing room only. That's just icing on the cake. Like you said, those 30 people paid the bills. Meaning what it costs for the show to go, those 30 people, let's say the ticket was $40. That little 1,200 paid my bill, you know, it paid for the entertainment, it paid for the rent the place, paid my DJ, blah, blah, blah. So even though I didn't walk away making the bag, I didn't get a banging profit or whatever, I had a successful night. And more importantly, the energy and the jokes, everything was on point. So even though you was 1 of 30, you left like, my nigga, we got more than our money worth. They started comparing. Remember that? We went to that pack show last month. It was packed and it was corny.
Right.
Or it was packed and the lighting was fucked, or the sound sucked, or the DJ was whack, or we didn't like the neighborhood, the location, or or the food. All types of things can go wrong. I'm glad you said that, man, because that's true.
And then you go to these packed events, you're with your lady, then you get home. Now you're driving home, and now you're in an argument. So the whole night is ruined. But when we had those 30 people in there, not only that, we had a nice little small after party. People was chopping it up with each other. I walked out of there feeling good. And that's what this is about. So you're right. Sometimes the optics don't mean anything. And everyone's having a good time and it's good energy. And it actually carried on into the next day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a good look, man. And what night was that?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. So you chilled on Friday.
Chilled on Friday.
And you went out, did your thing on Saturday. What about Sunday?
No, Sunday I was home.
Okay.
Sunday I watched football. In this household, we're in the Christmas, so we put the tree up. Shout out to all the Jehovah's Witnesses out there. I know y'all not into that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can kiss my ass, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Christmas to y'all is an every Tuesday event. Don't care. So we played some Christmas music in here. We put the tree up. We watched football like it was an all-American day.
All American. Yo, football was good. I had fun watching football. I actually watched. I didn't get a chance to catch our lovely Jets put a pound on these guys. 30-6 was the final. Jets put on a clinic yesterday. You know why I missed it? Now let me tell you about my weekend. First of all,
one more thing. And then last night, and then I yield my time back. They had the 50th hip hop celebration on CBS.
Don't bring that up.
Okay, cool. Okay,
we're gonna talk about that. That's part of the show. So here's why I missed the first game. The Jets played the 1 o'clock, and I don't know if you knew. First of all, my weekend, I had to cancel what I had my travels for the weekend because it was the only weekend I could move something so that these roofers could come and start working on my roof. Right. I'm here all week. Apparently, my schedule don't match their schedule. What weekend came? Niggas asked me this shit 2 weeks ago. I said, well, you know what? Let me look at my schedule. So I seen I could move something this weekend. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to stay home, which is work out because not only get the roof done, I'll be here for Tina Graham's Sunday show, her birthday show. Tina and our girl Stephanie, the promoter. So get out of there. So, and it's a good thing she texted me early in the day, B, like about 1 o'clock, because in my mind, for some reason, this is a night show. It's a night event. I promise you I'm gonna come, show face for your birthday. I'll be there. In my mind, show gotta be Jamie. It's that comedy in Harlem. It's Jamie Roberts and Nikki Sunshine spot. So I'm like, gotta be a 7 o'clock show, Shawn. In my mind.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable as a motherfucker. About to watch football. I got caught up in Power Book 3, Raising Canaan is out, right? So I got caught those first two episodes. My phone right here, grab the phone, look at the phone, text from Tina Graham. Hey, you still gonna make my thing? Really, need you there because Freddie car broke down. He can't make it from the Poconos. 3 comedians got the flu, blah, 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 blah. And at the end she said, and I'm thinking about starting the comedy about 3. I said, what?
Right.
I'm like, wait, what? Think I want a couch? Fucking my dog clothes on, filthy. I'm watching TV. I got hours before I gotta get up and get my shit together. It's 1:15. I read that shit. I said, what? So I shot that shit right to Aldo. Two things I did real quick. Call Rick, because we all thinking the same shit. Call Rick. Hey man, I know I told you about 7. You gotta be at my house 2:30, bro. We gotta get the fuck to Harlem. He said, all right, no problem. He get this thing, forward the shit to Aldo. Aldo like, yo, I thought this shit was tonight. I said, bro, that's why I'm sending it to you. I thought so too. I said, so 2:30, bro. He was like, all right. So I text about 3-4 comedians because she told me she was short 3 and the flu. So I said, let me see who's around locally that wouldn't mind. So I hit Julio came through, Jason Andrews came through, and Aldo came through. So that's 4 of us, right?
Yeah,
We got to have more than enough. But here's the thing. This shit said 3. Now by default, I'm the fucking host, right? Not only did I not plan on being here the fucking whole time at 3, nigga, now I gotta stay the whole time because I got a host. So I said, you know, that's my birthday gift to you. Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking host the shit. So that's why I missed the early games. So we did that. We didn't get out of there until about 6:30. Get back uptown. Now I go to my watering hole to bring my shit down, bring my mental back to where I wanted it. I was all regular, and watch that night game.
Yeah.
You know, so Sunday was a good thing. Now, the other thing you miss is, like you was about to bring up, the Grammys presented a tribute to hip hop. 50 years of hip hop presented by the Grammys. Came on after 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Couldn't watch it, but you know, everything that's CBS, they stream on Paramount Plus anyway. So I know I'm gonna watch it later. So I watched it, right? I don't know. I think this might have been the best one I've seen so far. And that's a lot to say. And I'm gonna tell you why that's a lot to say. And then I'm gonna get your take on it. Anybody out there that's seen it, God bless you. If you didn't, you got Paramount Plus, go restream it and watch it. It's an hour and a half. I think the reason I say it's the best one is because if I look at it like, I cried. First of all, tears came down about 3-4 times throughout. And not that anything super sad happened. I was overwhelmed because I lived this shit. We live through the chunk of hip, like we lived it. Like it was part of it was woven in the fabric of our lives. So I'm seeing certain artists, I'm hearing certain songs, and the way they're navigating through it was super fucking dope to me, right? Now, mind you, that's a lot to say when you take into faction that Jay-Z ain't there.
Yeah.
Nas ain't there.
Yeah.
Snoop ain't there.
Yeah.
Dre ain't there. And then the countless amount of great hip-hop artists that we've lost along the way.
Yeah.
But who was there was dope enough. If you're telling a story, if I'm a guy that didn't grow up on it and seen it, I'm in awe. Like my mouth is open. Like, wow, I'm learning so much. This is how good they did this production thing, right? But the way they did it, missing those big chunks, because everyone we see, Shawn, it showed me we do have a tendency of sometimes separating our hip hop, right? So a lot of these joints would be heavy East Coast, heavy South, heavy West Coast. The balance on this one, to me, hit the nail on the head. They took a journey balance-wise. They started with the ladies, which was awesome, which I thought was dope. Ladies first. They put the ladies up there. And at that point, you thinking in your mind, okay, these are the ladies they're using the night to represent. There was more ladies to come throughout the night.
Yeah.
You forget about the ladies, all these, and the way they wove it and set this. I just thought it was super dope. I give it a 10. And if I got to be picky, 9 because Nas ain't on there and Jay, whatever. But when you talk about star power, you didn't miss Jay because let's not forget Will Smith's up there.
Yeah.
Let's not forget LL ain't even touching the stage. LL's hosting from the audience. So these are greats that most of the time take over that energy in those boxes of time and song, catalogs, and they did it different. And the way they wove through that shit from the backpack era to the fucking black fight the power niggas, from like I said, the ladies, the party music, the hard street shit, the fun shit with Will Smith, bro.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm gonna give it First of all, yes, I think it was the best production out of all the productions for the 50 years of hip hop. I'm gonna give it a 10 because of those reasons, because some of those iconic artists weren't, didn't appear on the tribute show with Nas and Jay-Z and Snoop and Drake. And even there was parts of my mind that was thinking like we always thinking, like, yo, where are these guys at? But the way they told the story of this musical journey, the hip hop music actually superseded Jay-Z even being there because of the love of the music. Yeah. The ladies start off first with my homegirl Sha Rock, man, the first one. And it went from there. The way they did the South and the way geographic, because hip hop, just like comedy, is geographic. It's geographical. Yeah. South, North, East, West, and the way that they like navigated through it. Not only was it like very entertaining to watch, it kept me engaged. It was not one time that I picked up my cell phone and look, sometimes you watch TV and you're always looking at the phone and you just fade off. I didn't fade off not one time. And we had the backpack era and that whole Common and all those guys getting up there and all the ladies, it was just a beautiful, that the West Coast guys, the dudes shooting dice and the bikes and all, like it was just true hip hop. It was just organic hip hop. It was just a pleasure to watch the way Will Smith closed it out. It was beautiful. It was just well orchestrated. And I like the fact that they use Chloe, the young girl that sings the song with the younger generation. She was also, hosting a little bit, and they had some of the younger artists in there with the hip hop music that they're playing today. They infused that into the 50th anniversary, and I give it a 10 all the way. I thoroughly enjoyed it. As far as the production, the way the stage was, it was awesome. Public Enemy, it was an amazing experience, and it was true organic hip hop. They were dressed in the leather pants. That was another thing. It seemed like every artist had on these black leather pants. Make me want to go out and get a pair of black leather pants now.
Yeah, they were wearing some. The fashion was there.
Yeah, fashion.
And when the camera hit the audience, I think my favorite part was, first of all, I challenge anybody to watch this shit for an hour and a half and not get caught up in some of this shit in your living room, in your fucking bedroom. Like it's so stupendous. But what I'm always about our people, right? And what stood out to me is every time that camera hit the crowd or the audience was made up predominantly, especially that front part, with the motherfuckers who was performing throughout the night. So you're looking at a couple of my favorite actors sitting at the table with Nelly and them, and everybody, and they were genuinely happy to be around each other. You seen these niggas face light up with each other. You could tell they ain't seen each other and been in the same place in a long time. Like when Will was closing out, it's going off, and Will still got the mic is hot. Every time he's, oh shit, Dougie Fred, what up? Oh, and they call each other their nicknames and all that. And I'm like, look at fucking hip hop. Hip hop grew up, and it's like a high school reunion in the fucking building.
Man, it was beautiful.
It's a hip-hop high school reunion.
And speaking of Dougie Fresh, even his tribute to the legends that passed away, I thought it was so appropriate. It was so dope, and he was actually the one to be the best artist to do that, and it was amazing. Queen Latifah, all the ladies, Rip, a black sheep at the end, with that we could do with this and that, and it was beautiful, bro. Beautiful.
Everybody that's watching the show, once again, welcome to Motivation Monday. If you're just tuning in, we are recapping last night's tribute to hip hop, 50 years of hip hop, put on by Grammys. The Grammys put it on. LL Cool J was your main host, along with a couple of co-hosts in there. But I mean, it covered hip hop amazingly and definitely genuinely, since I've been watching about 10 of these shits all year, like 10 different joints and tributes to it. This was put together. A lot of times they try to do it on certain award shows and it comes off rushed. It's cool, it's cute, but it comes off rushed. You don't feel like it embodied or encapsulated what hip hop was. This one here, Two
And
thumbs
you
up.
know,
I would throw three, but I got two hands.
it gets the thumbs up. Well, it gets the thumbs up when Luke came out. He had to clean it up just a little bit. But when Luke came out and rock, I said, "Oh, this is us. This is us. How did they clear this nigga? This is us."
But when Regina, remember Regina Hall, when she had her little talking segment about Luke, her jokes was on point. When she was talking about the lyrics, hip hop, so she went into all the nasty songs and was like putting it in a positive spin. Shit was hilarious. Everyone must watch that. Speaking of recommendations to watch, talking about my people, I love my people. So this show we're gonna be talking about our people. We're gonna look inside of our Black community. There's a show on Netflix, a documentary called "Stamped from the Beginning."
Right.
I think I said it last week. I'll mention it again. Doesn't matter if you haven't seen it. "Stamped from the Beginning." It breaks down Blackness in America and far beyond how it came to be what it is, and them stamping the negativity, stereotypical shit on to being Black and all that is very deep. It's very dope. The joint opens up with the question, "What's wrong with Black people?" Which I love it. It's crazy. So you definitely want to check that out. That's a documentary on Netflix. Okay, so let me say something fun, and then we're gonna get back into the Black community shit. First of all, yesterday your boy at the birthday roast for Stephanie and Tina Graham, OC is closing out the show. I save him for last. OC, the bus driver, and he's on that part of the jokes. He always fucking with the handicapped people. Be like, fuck them handicapped people. I ain't picking them up, blah, blah, blah. Yo, why this motherfucker, why he talking about this? He goes to act it out like it's sit on the stool or do some shit. Yo, he bust his shit, bro. Like, I gotta check on him as soon as the show over, like that. Like, I said, bro, he fell. Yeah. Now, you mind you, if you ever been coming to Harlem, stage low as motherfuckers. Ain't no high stage, so ain't like a stage you're ever gonna hit somebody falling off of. But unfortunately, that motherfucker sat up on that stool. That stool went over. Yo, could have easily been calling the paramedics, man. So he was, when you fall, you hit a part of your body that scares the shit out of you. So he was, you could tell for 1 second, he was like, what do I say? What joke? And his conscience overwhelmed him and said, "Thank you, good night." I could not stop laughing, bro, for 1 hour straight. My chest was hurting with laughter because then he comes over, we talking and shit. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, no, I just got out of there, on the Big Bang." I said, "Nah, nigga, I'm a human, nigga. I'm a man. You hit something that scared the shit out of you."
So wait a minute. Describe the fall. He stood on the chair and fell off the chair?
He didn't stand, bro. He went to sit on the shit. Like, I guess the way he leaned, a tall stool, the way he leaned, it must have, I don't know, side of the stage, the leg clipped or whatever. That motherfucker went flying to that first little row of chair tables. That brick wall, ain't no but a brick wall. And yo, Shawn, the shit was so loud. He hit something, man. So anyway, today's show is dedicated to OC, the bus driver. I hope he's feeling good. I'm gonna check on him, I promise, after the show. But I had to put that shit out there. So let's get back to the funny story I want to tell. Funny story is right before, when we was off air, before we hit the start of the show, and you were like, "Yo, I can see Taent, but I can't hear him." So I'm finishing up this call. I got it on mute on purpose because y'all guys were talking too. I didn't want to interrupt with y'all. So I get a call. Kenny Whips. Kenny Whips calls me. He's like, "Yo," he's laughing already. So I know it's some dumb shit. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, I already know where it's gonna go, but just me being a man of my word, I had to make the call." Get out of here. He said, "I had to make the call." I'm like, "What call?" He said, "Yeah, our good friend Jameek called me to call you, see if you're available this date to do this show. It's my first time at the venue. I need a real big line. It's Valentine's, blah, blah, blah. Can you see if, you're available to do the shit?" So I'm quiet. Kenny's like, "What's up? What you want to tell?" I said, I hung up. Kenny called back.
Oh, my God.
He said, "Yo, did you hear me?" I said, "Yeah." He said, I said, "What do you want me to tell him?" and you hung up on me. I said, tell him that.
Oh my God.
Now let me catch the audience up on the backstory. This is a man that is a big time hater. This man been hating on me and mine. Get out of there. You've been hating on me and mine relentlessly, consecutively, Shawn, to tell you for a long time. And I'm like, cool. You know what? We don't have to speak. We don't have to cross paths. We don't have to work together. We don't have to be in the same building. No love lost. Ain't no beef, but I'm losing your number. You told me to lose your number. I'm losing your number. Only to come back months or whatever it is later to go, yo, you think you could? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. When it is over, black people, when it is over, it is over. I think a lot of the mistakes a lot of us do is that we can't believe that, or we can't move on to that next thing, or, we feel, sometimes that old thing or that thing that you need to move from becomes a crutch.
Yeah.
We've all had them. Nobody's a superhero in this show. Nobody's a superhero in the audience. Nobody's a superhero in any way you fucking go. If they bleed and they breathe and they sleep and they eat, they're fucking human like us. And you're not part of Marvel or DC Comics. You're a human being. So sometimes at everybody's stage of life, there's a stage in your life that we can all look back on, make a checklist, maybe some of us more than others, and point to those crutches along the way. We could do it. We could point to them. Shawn, as a comedian, right? When I started in 91, everybody in the 90s, you know what our crutch was? Because the way we came into the game, believe it or not, music became a crutch to the black comedian in the beginning.
Right.
Music became an all-around universal crutch for the average black comedian because the way we came in, think of Def Jam. Think of how comedy, what they called at the time, like hip-hop comedy, because we kind of like blended it to it. We would go up to our favorite songs. They had a lot of us made jokes around songs and whatever. But the music ultimately became this crutch because when we started to transition into the actual comedy clubs, ain't no music.
Right.
So a lot of us was running around with that chickens with the head cut off, like, well, what I'm gonna do? I don't know. It's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well because you go up to a beat and say hello. You don't even do the whole song. You go up, you go, and you go do what you can. But that little piece is such a crutch right now. We were fucked up. You know what I mean? So I say that to say in our community, first order of business today is that's the first checklist. Let's check ourselves. Let's go down our grocery list and let's see what was our crutches. Like me, I'm gonna point to the obvious, like I just said, in comedy that, but as a person, I remember being young and this is probably most of us coming through our adolescence, but my crew or my people I hung with or my boys around me, they were a crutch for a very long time.
Yeah.
They were a crutch for a very long time. I didn't do a lot of shit as a young dude. I didn't do a lot of shit by myself. I can't even point out a couple of things I did by myself. When we were young, but that's young adolescence. You wake up on a Sunday, you picking your phone up, house phone back then. You calling your friend, yo, playing football, playing basketball, going to the park, like you act like you needed somebody to do anything and everything. At least I did. That was an early on crutch for me. How about you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like even growing up, there were definitely some codependent issues. You wanted to make sure you was around somebody and you wanted to feel a part of you. That's even back in the day when we felt special by standing in front of the building. Like we had to. It was like this whole like.
They standing in front of the building.
Right, standing in front of the building or standing on the corner for us younger folks. It was our whole world. We depended on it. But as you get older,
right,
you could understand that, especially when you get our age, you really have to cut off any kind of negative energy that's enter into your life because it's a bunch of reasons why. One, Time is so precious. So we can't waste it on disgruntled people, bad relationships, arguing with folks. And you're right. If someone tells me, yo, it's over, lose my number or whatever, bro, I am going, it doesn't matter who it is. You want me to lose your number? I'm losing that number and that's it. It's over. Because I don't have those dependent issues anymore where I got to call you back. People, please, yo, I was just playing. No, and we're done. We're done, especially with men. We don't have those type of emotions like women do. When we cut each other off, we're done. And the proper way to do that anyway, and it's not even a Jameek situation, is if you feel the need to speak to that person again, if you can, if there's enough, if that bridge wasn't totally burnt, you should make that call yourself. Right. You can't go through a third party, and because that's also a sense of arrogance as well. If you want to talk to somebody, you call them up or you get in touch with them. But if they don't, if they easily say, listen, I don't want to mess with you, I'm done, then you have to respect that. And that's what this is. It's all about time. It's all about respect. I'm big on respect. So now if you're going to disrespect me, then I'm not even going to mess with you anyway. And then sometimes we fail to realize for a moment, and I'm just saying this generally speaking, sometimes we fail to realize the people that are around us that love us, that we can go to and talk and chop it up. We forget about these people because in some weird way, we want to people please that person that rejected us.
Right.
No, that's it. You're done. I know I got people on my end that love me. I know I got my coworkers that's good that love me. We got a brotherhood and we respect each other. Now, if you act like an idiot and you don't want to talk to me no more, then that's fine. And sometimes it filters into the workplace. I mean, we can all work. There's some comedians I work with that we're not cool. But we cordial, we work, and we get it done. But there's a line. When that line is crossed, and it depends on the individual. Some people have low tolerance, some people have high. But if there's that line and you cross that line, we're done. So for you to call somebody else it doesn't make any sense to me. And sometimes the universe allow people to show their true colors to make your decision much easier for you not to deal with that person.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about.
I told this dude in the initial last conversation, I said, what you don't understand is, like, we're not the same, first of all. And second of all, you only exist in my world because I allow it. Like, my world you really don't exist in my world unless I allow it. My dad, we just saying, okay, cool. So as soon as that call was over, and that's what the end result was, you got a whiff of what I meant by that. And like he could believe it. Like, you come into the place and because you there and I'm there, nobody's speaking to you, everybody's speaking to me. Because one of us moves derogatory. That's just our energy. And then one of us is a better or good energy that I want to see people do good. You know, I remember Todd Lane, God bless the dead. You know, he wasn't the nicest guy to a fellow comedian. So, you know, he had that bitter branding on him that whenever you spoke to a new comedian, if they came across Todd Lane's path, bro, yo, you told me that niggas, I see motherfuckers about to cry and everything. I'm like, dude, you can't let no man's word, mine included, do that to you. You got to stand on your own 2 feet as a man. Don't let nobody words do that to you. And how much does this guy actually know about you? How much do I actually know about you? You know the most about you. So you should have, you're walking around with the shield. I don't care if they hit you with the hammer or whatever. You got the shield to block that because you know more, you're more privy to who you are in depth. They only know whatever piece of surface they see or probably hear about you. So yeah, when we get to that point, I thought it was just fucking funny. So that's why I muted the thing while y'all was talking on the show. And I said, I hung up. He called. I knew he's going to call back. Hey, what you want me to tell me? You hung up on me. I said, tell him that.
Yeah. Well, it goes.
Tell him I won't even entertain it. Like when I said, first of all, not I said, he's the one that said it. I'm the one that adhered to it. You're the one that fuck out of here. and it's like, cool.
Well, it's like the old saying: if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Sometimes you have to. Okay, we're gonna make this decision. We're done, and life still goes on because we can't waste the time anymore. There's no more wasting of time, and that's what this is. It's if you're going to come at somebody, try to come at them, man to man, face to face, and try to resolve it. If you can't, you move on. It's very easy. A lot of people I know, and I know how they are, and there's probably people think the same about me. But my whole thing is, if I'm not messing with you, I'm not fucking with you. We're done. It's fine. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I'm not gonna be mad.
That's my thing.
We're done. It's so simple. It really is. We're not gonna be in a man-to-man abusive relationship. We're not doing none of that. We don't have to speak to each other. You got your side, I got mine, and we just keep it pushing. But there's protocols on extending an olive branch. It's like negotiations. China, Russia, America, before they meet, before we see the ceremony on television,
right?
They've been talking for 6 months. They underlinks are talking for 6 months. We just see the final product. All the undersecretaries are chopping it up.
Right.
And then present the olive branch to see if we can make something or amend a relationship. You don't amend a relationship going through a third party. It never works. And we know that as grown folks. If you need to amend a relationship, and no matter what it is, it has nothing to do with the Jamaican thing and all that. If you want to amend a relationship, then you go to that party. Now, and listen, let's keep it real. There's some relationships there's some relationships I could never make amends.
Mm.
My second baby mother, that's a wrap.
Really?
The dude that I robbed back in the 80s, he's still alive. This nigga still looking for me. But there's some relationships you can't amend. It's just done. And then there's some that you try to make amends. But the only thing that you can do is just forgive yourself. For me, you just got to forgive yourself because I did wrong. I did something wrong. And I destroyed a relationship that I can't even throw that olive branch out. So the only thing I got to do is forgive myself and allow the universe to do its due process in healing. So it goes back to this whole situation. To extend an olive branch, that's something that you have to do face to face, man to man, or contact. Now, the person that you're trying to, get that connection back, if they refuse or they don't want to deal with it, you gotta respect that and keep it pushing. And that's what it is. You can't play mind games with people. Beef one day and think that it's all good. That was something. Get over it. Get over it. No,
words matter, bro. Words matter.
No, we're not getting over it. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not fucking with you no more. But I'm not. But that's embedded in me because I'm not gonna waste my time in relating with people that doesn't have my best interests in heart, that don't have love, because it's mutual. The energy is mutual. We can't have different energy because it never works. And that's what this is about.
First of all, it has to be organic. It has to be real for anything to go anywhere. I respect that. And again, 9 times out of 10, dude, I'm not the guy to say fuck out of here, lose my number. Like, I can count on my hands. I'm 54 years old, and I can count on one hand how many times I had to be forced. I felt like I was forced to be that guy. Other than that, it's like I like to let people make their own decisions or hang themselves. That's my favorite.
Right.
My favorite. My favorite is for you to hang yourself. That's my favorite.
Right. Well, of course, I feel the same way too. But you know what's interesting? You know what's interesting, King, that we talk about this? How do women deal with that? See, because us men, when men cut each other off, you're done.
Well,
you're done. You're finished.
Think back to all your, women you may have dated, seen, or been involved with. And think about when you hit those trials and tribulations of how each woman either acted or reacted to the situation, and the ones that, oh, me and her was off and on for this amount of time, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. So I think it's the same. The gender doesn't matter. It's the person. I think the person, male or female, it was that shit you say in the drug thing. You have to get sick and tired of being tired, some shit like that.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
But
so
T,
you gotta be that.
But T, when women are beefing with each other, when women are, that's the point I was trying to make. When women,
I think they got lines they draw, bro.
When two women are beefing with each other, how does that? What's the end result of that? Like, how does that work? Do they have the same philosophy as us men?
Shit, a lot of times the same shit, man. You know how many times? Like, we in a business where we can know a woman a very long time, right? You know how many times circling around you run into a crew of girls or whatever, and a year later you back performing in Charlotte, they come out with the crew, whatever, and one bitch is missing, and you go, yo, where's TT? Yo, usually tight. Like, a woman going let you know real quick. Fuck that bitch. Or they'll say some slick shit where now you gotta get more information. Okay, what's going on? What happened? Well, man, fuck that bitch. I like fucking with her no more. The bitch start doing this, that, da. It is what it is. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, gender wise, at the end of the day, I go back to what I said 20 minutes ago. We're human beings. Some of this shit is you don't monopolize. Some of this shit you don't have, a hold on it. You don't have a monopoly on feeling this way, reacting this way, doing this thing. It's just human nature. You're gonna react and do certain things. What I've learned to do, if I can help it, when something runs its course, so to speak, and gets to the end, I like to hear the other person, because this is part of what I was just saying about hanging himself. If you just hear them out, a lot of the time, to make it easier, then you probably was walking around all week like, damn, how do I break up with her? How do I say this? How do I keep it real? If you just shut the fuck up, I guarantee you, whatever those things are, those idiosyncrasies that got you feeling that way, let the rope go. Let her put the slip knot. Let her put her hand in the motherfucker. Let her throw it over the tree branch and let her tie it down the thing and let her hang her motherfucking self.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or him, no, in that case, or whatever the case may be. But
so then let me ask you this question. Are you a team? The question is, are you a team player? And here's the scenario. If my wife came in here right now and she beefing with her girl and they're done, and she comes in here, that I'm not fucking with that bitch no more, blah, 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 and I don't want you to mess with her no more. Me? You're done. You're done. If my wife came here and said her homegirls, they're done, then we're done. Everybody effing done. See, are you a team player like that, bro? Is everybody done?
But that's not a team play. You know that, right?
What? If my wife came in here and said, yo, I'm done with that bitch, then we're done. I'm done.
That's not a team player. That's a pussy husband listening to the wife and respecting the wife more, because it makes sense. Don't get me wrong. It makes all the sense in the world. I gotta live with this bitch. So he said, you're done. You're done. But don't call it, let's not call it wrong information. Let's not call it team player. You feel what I'm saying? Team player would be like put a friend pit against a friend, or a group of friends pit against a group of friends. Now you're picking a team. You know what I mean? Or like one dude in the crew violate, and the whole crew like, yo, that nigga was wrong, B. Now team player mean you stick with the team and oust the dude. You know, dude, you ostracized, man. You wildin'. Everybody done told you wildin'. You know you wildin'. You give a fuck. So the whole team ain't fucking with you. Team player. Wife. Happy wife, happy life. You going by the biblical sense. Your wife. You ain't got no choice. Now, the only way that this can become a discussion, and I'm going to go a little sprinkle into your analogy. The only way it could become a possibility of going any other way is said person was your friend, not through your wife, or relative, not, through your wife, that I know people get into the show all the time. Like, bitch, that's my brother.
Yeah.
I know the nigga fucked up. I know he be on drugs, whatever. I know you don't want him around here. We can't. That's my fucking brother. So I'm gonna see my brother. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep trying to get him in rehab. It's my fucking brother. That's the only exception to that shit. But like just a regular chick, your wife come home.
But wait a minute, T. Well, hold on, T. I don't think marriage have anything to do with that. What if you was just in a relationship with your homegirl? Let's say just say you in a relationship. You're in an everyday relationship. Marriage. Let's throw the marriage part out the window. I'm talking about you. You're in an everyday relationship, and your girl came home and said, "We not fucking with Sharon no more."
Right.
But you were Sharon and cool.
Right. But again, it depends on now. See, if this is a girl you met through your girl, all day you gotta just. It's not even a if and but a. You gotta exit. You can't talk to her no more because that's a friend affiliated through her, and this is your girl. You gotta respect that. Now, I can sit here and honestly tell you, bro.
Yeah, talk to me.
I left the situation. I left a girl cold turkey because another female who just happened to be a friend, she's part of the team, you violated and disrespected her to a limit where I go, yo, you gotta go. Because this is foundation shit over here. Like we the foundation. Like, so it ain't no different than family. Like your immediate family. Like when you were younger or when my mom was alive and you're going through the protocol of, oh, she's cool. I want her to meet my mom. That's what your peeps become as you get older.
Yes, of course.
So if you can't get along in here, we ain't gonna make
it. Right.
I'm too old to separate this from this. That was all the way up to 40 years old. I'm 54. You can't do it no more. All that trying to keep separate worlds. I watched this shit on 2020 when I got up this morning. They put the last episode was, I don't know if you remember when that dude murdered his wife, not his wife, his girl in Montclair, New Jersey. And at first they didn't know, they just found the body, got the call from the brother, went by her, she's dead on the kitchen floor. So they don't know if this shit is a serial killer, whatever, until the brother opens the luggage of the daughter and gets the note. So he wrote kind of a diary and a note of everything he did and why he did and all this shit. So now they know it's him. They're looking for him, right? He's the boyfriend for him.
Right.
My thing is, when the chick, now this nigga was like ex-Marine, ex-cop, turned lawyer, whatever case may be. But when they started unraveling shit, Shawn, they found out the reason he ain't never married a bitch because he secretly was already married with 2 kids. She was secretly fucking the old dude from college. There was a lot of secret shit coming up, right? But that's what I mean. That's a young man's game, bro. I'm too old to separate situations on purpose. Like, y'all can't be my best friends and this is my bitch, but I can't put y'all together.
Yeah. Yes, gotcha.
That's too hard to do, to keep up and maintain.
True.
To keep up and maintain. Like, sometimes my friends are gonna call and go, yo, we got this shit tonight. It's popping, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh shit, I want my girl. Hey, babe, you wanna go to this shit? This shit gonna be crazy. And she go, yeah, fucking let's have some fun. Boom. That's how it's supposed to be. I can't be like, damn, this shit's tonight. I want my girl. The first thing I'm gonna say is like, all right, bring a bit. She don't like you. What? You cannot possibly, as a grown man, maintain that bullshit. Chicken's gonna come to roost at some point, and I'm too old for this shit. Not playing those fucking separation games, whatever. You just can't do it, bro. As a young man, we played with it all day. We thought whatever. I ain't never got that intricate into it to the point where I had a whole family over here, and a whole family over here. But niggas try it and they do it. Go, people who are watching, go see real quick. Go see on Netflix The Bad Surgeon. Look at that documentary, The Bad Surgeon. This nigga's a Nobel Peace Prize nigga. Brought this nigga down trying to live triple lives and shit like that. Check out Bad Surgeon on there.
I'm
Two
gonna watch that.
recommendations before we go on. The Other Black Girl is a good show. The Other Black Girl. And Found. Found is a good show. They find the people that's going missing, trafficking, and all that. But good shows just to recommend. But yeah, Shawn, back to that. I just feel like we're too old to play that part of the deck. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you just can't maintain it at this age. The resources. With me, it's time. Like, I don't never complain about money because I don't never not do nothing, because of money. That's why we work hard, so that we can play hard and do these things. But what I do complain about is my time. My time is all I got. That's my most precious thing to me. You understand what I'm saying? So that right there alone, I know what it takes for a nigga to do this type shit. So that's the reason why, if I do meet you and I like you, hey, come hang around my friends. You see how this shit mix. If you're T, we like her, man. Da, da, da. Cool. Now I'm comfortable, I'm cool, so I don't have to cancel one to hang with the other.
Well, those are great scenarios, and you are absolutely right. It goes back to what we've been talking about, and here's the common denominator: it's time. The time is so precious. You're right, man. That's a great way of looking at it. But we just can't put folks in this department, this guy in the other room, the girl over there. You're right. It is just too much. And what happens at the end? Who's miserable? We are. The person who's trying to direct the pieces, like he's the head orchestra guy for the Philadelphia Symphony Hall. Like it's just, you're right. It's just too much, and it's too much time. And relationships, again, there's some that are worth it, and there's some that aren't, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes, man. I mean that's the bottom line. So here's the thing. I got a question. Question of the day. Black people, African Americans, Negroes, niggas, whatever you like to call yourself, homies, homettes, bitches, whatever you want to call yourself.
Yeah.
The state of Black people in America. In your opinion, are we better off today?
Just to, without like kind of thinking about it as much, just to blurt out answer. Are we better today? I think in some cases we are better today, and some we aren't. But yeah, we are better today because I think because of the way we live and the growth opportunities financially, if you're healthy or you're not. I think that's a driving point with African Americans, because a lot of folks are now running their own business and getting into the entrepreneurial spirit and going online and figuring it out and how to make some money. A friend of mine buys clothes at Burlington Coat Factory and goes online and sell it for $2 or $3 extra, which is something that was unheard of not even 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So are we in a better place as far as Black people trying to earn extra incomes? I would say yes. But is there still racial discrimination with Black folks? Of course. White folks will become the minority in the next generation, which gives us an opportunity to make a headway. And I don't want to sound naive to the fact, but even politically make some headway. Of course, we have the Illuminati that's running things. I think that's going to be a small percentage of white folks that's still going to be running things. But are Black folks in a better place? Slightly, yes. Relationship-wise, because we have a lot of discrepancies with relationships between men and women. That needs to be worked on. Is that a little better in life? I say yes. And I say Black folks in a whole are in a better place, in a small percentage of better place. And I say why, and I yield my time, is because now we have a wealth of information in real time that, at least, whether if you debate it or not, or you're a conspiracy theorist or whatever, there's information in real time that can help an individual better their lives, whether if you accept it or not, or you discard it or whatever. So I think because because back in the days we had the encyclopedias. They gave us
Right.
the wrong curriculum in school. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Santa
no, no,
Claus
I
is a
agree.
white guy. Jesus got blue eyes, and that's what we ran on because we didn't know better. So now we have this wealth of information. So I say Black folks are doing a little better because of the wealth of information that we have in real time.
Okay, so you answered that, right? You said slightly, yeah. Um, so I guess I would have the same answer, like a little bit. I know it seems like a lot, but really, when you break it down, it's really a little bit. Meaning, we always got to look at this through the masses, right, and not through the few. You got to look at the many, because
Yeah.
if we look at the few, ain't nothing never been wrong. There's always been that one guy making a nice amount of money. That other girl opened her nail salon, got the kind of car she want. That guy, councilman, my cousin.
Yeah.
So it's like we can pick these little pockets and say, yeah, see, look, we did this now we're doing this. So in a small scheme of things, it's a little better because you can
A
point
little
to
bit.
these things.
Yeah.
But when you look at where you want to be and what's fair to you as a Black person in America, overall, you're still gonna have a little frown, have a little skull, like, man, whether it's leaving a job interview, whether it's trying to get a grant or permit to do something you want to do, or a bank loan or college
Yeah.
loan, God forbid, whatever. So I think that my answer would kind of be similar and the same. But I also think that a lot of us look at it the wrong way too. I think it's a catch-22. I think a lot of us sitting back waiting for that thing to be given to us, right? This
Oh, yeah.
thing, whatever it is, that's supposed to catapult us to niggerdom, But
Yeah. Yes.
I don't think that that's the case. I think that for us to get to this place, this almost fictitious place we've been dreaming about, a perfect storm has to happen. Yeah, all those things you think from the government and the white man and down south and treat me like this and the raise to make more money and all those things that come from the other side, I do believe that has to factor into this perfect storm. But the other half of that storm comes within too.
Yeah.
We are not. Here's the thing: don't be like the woman scorned who has zero accountability. No, we as Black people in this country still have a lot of accountability to atone for, and man up and woman up and say, yeah, I gotta change myself. I gotta check into myself and change this thing. This is why I can't keep a nigga. This is
Yeah.
why I can't keep a chick. This is why I can't find a way to stay for a long time. This is why niggas don't want to be around me. This is why blah, blah, blah. All these things come from, this got to be part of your perfect storm too, to get to where you want to be as a Black person in America. You got to check within and make that personal checklist and say, you know what? And that's just taking accountability. Like, it ain't no different than like you hanging out one night, right? I always laugh at this shit. You hanging out, y'all been out all night, you're throwing fucking shots of tequila, you this, that, you all this liquor you throwing in your mouth. And then when somebody lean over and say, hey man, what is your breath?
Yeah.
You still defensive. Like, this nigga ain't got a point.
Right.
Accountability is taking a second and going, oh, word? Damn, I have been throwing all this liquor in my mouth. They gonna get me gum but people don't do that. Instead of that, that's why people don't tell you your breath stink, because they don't want to go through that, whatever that thing about to be. If they thought they could tell you that in a smooth way, and you just go get a mint, some gum, or brush your teeth, or floss, or whatever, and then freshen up and come back and be cool, people would tell people that shit every fucking hour on the hour. But they
Yes.
don't,
Yes.
because they don't want to get caught up in this big thing, all because I'm just saying, man, you kind of close and breathing and spitting on me and smell a little crazy. We can't even do that. And I'm just giving you a small, minute fucking analogy of us taking accountability, bro. So we do this too much with a lot of our self shit. So when you those 2 days of the week, you might find yourself a little broke.
Yeah.
waiting on Thursday direct deposit to hit, right? It's Tuesday. You ain't got shit. Man, you got nothing. Here's what I became comfortable with. Took a long time. I became comfortable with being broke because the alternative made me uncomfortable. You know what the alternative was? Calling you or friends like you or family. Hey, man, you got 200? I can borrow, get back to you Thursday. Well, that never sat right with me. Even though it's a small thing, it's no big deal. Your man be like, yeah, I got it. You know money, you want cash app, you with it. And that never sat right with me. So I had to, you know, the expression, nigga, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I had to get comfortable with, I know it's only going to be 2 days because I know my shit hit Thursday. So, all right, how we got to move these 2 days? Yo, you going to the bar? Not tonight. I'm chilling tonight, get some work done, blah, blah, whatever. And you saying that, but in your mind, the little bit I got, nigga, I'm saving for, I might need an emergency because I ain't got no money. So why am I going to go waste the little bit I got to what? Chug a couple back? We can do that Thursday when I got the extras. You know what I mean? So that's taking accountability of the situation. And people think taking accountability is patching up the fixer flat. You know, you didn't get an inner tube, you put the fixer flat in it.
Yeah.
That's not
I hear I definitely hear what you're saying. That is a great point. Part of this slightly doing better as Black folks is taking personal inventory of ourselves. That's why I always said when COVID went down and they gave everybody money, what they should have did as well, and this has nothing to do with Black folks, but mainly, yes, with us Black folks, they should have gave everybody a free therapy session once a week for free. So they can talk and chop it up and maybe get that personal inventory that you're talking about to make ourselves slightly better. You're absolutely right. We have accountability in trying to get better, be better as people. No question about it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The Beehive was on me today. The Beyonce Beehive was coming for me today, right? Because they love Beyonce, and all you gotta do is put a post up, and niggas gonna take it the way they take it and run with it. It wasn't even that deep. I seen a post, and I said, "Oh, that's some funny shit." I'll take a funny post and repost it. Like, so motherfucker said, let me get it right because it was so funny. I'm sorry, y'all. I know we a couple minutes over. We almost done. Don't worry. But I just thought this shit.
It's nothing like reposted videos. I do that all day.
This shit cracked me up because when I tell you these niggas ran with the shit I'm sitting on. I'm like, what happened? It's like, nigga, that post, nigga. I'm like, oh, it's just a post. I can't find. Anyway, it's like to the effect of, I said, so let me get this straight. And the post goes, let me get this straight. So Beyonce did a concert. You paid to go to her concert for her to film you, only to make a movie for you to go back and pay for the movie to see you watching her. Right?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
You can always, nothing wrong with that. But you can tell by the comments.
Yeah.
What I love about comments is, first of all, niggas put their comments up, and then these niggas start arguing with each other. Yeah. I just put up there, I'm out the way. But they going at it with each other. And you can see motherfuckers, you can tell the Beehive because everything, that's genius, and blah, blah, and blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there reading these shits, laughing, bro. Like, not replying to anybody, just fucking laughing and keeping it moving. But it's that type of shit where no matter what you say, this is a very weird ass, unapologetic climate we're in.
Yeah.
You don't want to take accountability. This is the average motherfucker on social media. But you ain't got no problem standing up for a nigga you don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Somebody said, yeah, that's genius, man. So what? Blah, blah, blah. And one dude says, yo, the girl goes, I went, and it was only $50. So if $50 is hurting your pocket, then you already broke, some shit like that, right? Yeah. So I said, well, I mean, to each his own, because you got 50 don't mean that 50 is easy for the next nigga. That's first of all. I said, and second of all, Yeah, well, why not just throw my money at that? Because that's what I like to do. I like to take my money and waste it supporting other millionaires and billionaires. That's what I like to do.
Yeah,
Like to help hold them up. But I'm like,
no,
the Beehive thing. My whole point is accountability. Like, no one will ever just come out. Like somebody on there just said straight. It was like, thank God somebody said it. And I'm like, but it's just a simple observation. Like, let me get this straight. How does it work? So boom, boom. Because that's really what you did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it ain't no different than, the only difference is like it will be the same in the stand-up specials, but they stream them free. So if you already subscribe, you watch Sean Harvey special free. You watch Talent special free. They put it out. Well, yeah, somebody paid and went to the thing, made an audience live, but you're gonna get it, and it's gonna stream again for you free. And that's just the way that should work. I'm not knocking nobody hustle or ingenuity or how, whether they're genius or not, or what it may be. But if you can come out and tag somebody with a label and say you are boom, then surely you can turn this thing around and go, you are boom, and accountability.
Well, the one thing I learned about this story just now, I think maybe you will hesitate the next time you throw up a Beyonce video,
Not
because
at all.
these Beehive folks are real. I understand clearly what you're saying. The Beehive folks, it was a whole different language, and
But
that's
I don't
what
give
this
a
is
fuck.
about.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't be a real comedian, Sean, if I gave a fuck.
Yeah,
If I said, if what you said was true, I'd be the pussiest comedian walking the earth. Fuck, I care what people think about shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm me. Like, I keep telling people, like, last night I took a picture of a girl. Rick got the phone. I'm like, yo, take this picture. Boom. The girl jumped up, yo, let me see. And I'm about to take another picture with another person. Rick about to turn and show the girl. I said, nigga, don't fuck, that's my camera. I'm in the middle of another picture. I show the picture when I'm done. Like, this nigga really, like, you ain't holding my motherfucking, you can't work my phone. It's mine. Yo, let me see you check. This motherfucker, I said, nigga, who you work for? Turn that motherfucker around, get this other picture. I'll show her when I get a minute. Like, it got it twisted. Like, that's the thing. I don't go on as much scrolling as I do. When I get a minute and scroll on social media, everything's up there. Everybody pages, this, that, third, left, right, up the middle, backwards. There's all type of weird shit. And you know, like I know, Sean, between Twitter and TikTok and all of this shit out here, and even Facebook, it's so much weird and crazy shit people put up. But guess what? I don't have a right to get on this motherfucker. It's his page.
Yeah.
I don't own the what do you call it? The metaverse.
Yeah.
Nigga walking down the metaverse fucking with niggas. Just take that down. Stuff it. Cut it out. It's not, nigga, your page. That's yours. That's why they let you personalize it. That's why.
And on top of that, it's really none of our pages, because if you do something crazy, they throw you right off the platform.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're throwing you off this motherfucking platform. Apologies for going 6 minutes over. Oh, excuse me, damn, 8. Anyway, that is my man, my partner in crime. Again, Amir Silly will be back in action next Monday. I think I'm trying to get B-Love to come on here, give us a nice female perspective as well. This has been Motivation Monday with Sean Harvey from the Sean Harvey Morning Show. I'm your boy, Talent Harris. I hope that the drop of this, a morsel from the cookie fell off and the light bulb went off on somebody's head, because that's why we do it each and every Monday, 6 to 7 o'clock. Peace to the gods and the queens and the earths and everybody. Don't hurt nobody. See y'all next Monday. All right, Pete, we out.
It's Monday, cocksuckers, and you better come prepared, because they don't fuck around on Monday. Monday, most people come in, I had such a great weekend. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. That was then, this is now, bitch. It's a whole new set of rules. It's Monday. If you ain't waking up with a taste of blood in your fucking mouth like a shark 5 feet from the shore, you fucked up, you understand? Because Monday is when you go, everybody else is like, still, the weekend, you fucking go.